Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1 in a thrilling game of football. What a game this was to watch. Huge, huge result for Newcastle. Huge result for the title race. Huge result for Arsenal as we stay 4 points clear of Manchester City with Tottenham to play tomorrow. Let's talk about it. The first half. What a first half it was for a goalless draw. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Both teams had chances. It was back and forth. Harvey Barnes should have put Newcastle 1-0 up with two of his opportunities, maybe, but he made up for it in the second half, bagging a brace, bagging the winner. A great response from Newcastle, that goal. Manchester City in the first half created some opportunities, created some good opportunities. Haaland got on the end of a couple of crosses. Probably should have done better when he was clean through with the keeper, with the defender trailing. But for someone of his quality, he's got to do a little bit better than that. And it was just really back and forth, really action packed. You didn't know who was going to get the goal. The second half, Newcastle start well, create some opportunities. Probably should have got a goal off the corner. Nobody was there. Follow it up, slips past everybody, and Manchester City took control. They started creating opportunities. They started marching the ball down the field. They were putting high pressure on Newcastle, and I thought they were going to score, but they didn't. And Newcastle break. Bruno G with some good play. Oh, it wasn't off a break. It was off of winning the ball back. Bruno G, great little play to hold up the ball. Lays it right off to Harvey Barnes. And what a finish to make up for his missed chances before. From there, looked like Newcastle were going to honestly go on and hold out. But 5 minutes later, Ruben Dias volley through Shar's legs, who had a great game outside of that moment. And then it was back to being a toss-up. I thought City, this is such a City thing to just go on and win this game. Eddie Howe never won a game against Pep Guardiola. But that has changed because of that scrappy second goal from Newcastle. Good ball into Voltamata. Voltamata heads it across to Bruno G, who just lays it back for Barnes. Or off the bar, and then Barnes collects it. Crazy. Newcastle went full defense, full five at the back, and just saw at the game. And it didn't really look like City were going to score, honestly. They looked flat. They didn't look like they had a lot of creativity. I think taking off Doku and Cherki was a big mistake. I think Savinho, in the moment, looks like the player you want to bring on, but off the left, he's too left-footed. Livermento was having a good game dealing with Doku. And he's looking way too much to go onto the outside. All you have to do is show him the inside. He's not going to play it on his right. Didn't put in a single cross on his right, I don't think. I think if you put Savinho out on that right-hand side, where statistically and for his games for Girona, he wasn't as good. But I think if you put him there, you allow him to, you force Jacob Murphy, who was filling in at that time at left wing back, to make a decision. Do I show him the byline where he can cut it back for somebody? Or do I show him the inside, his preferred foot, where he can put a cross in or have a shot? It worked for Newcastle. Didn't work for City. They put Oscar Bob on that right-hand side, which I thought was very good. I thought he was dangerous when he came on. But it wasn't enough. And I think Cherki just would have provided a little bit more creativity, able to beat his man, able to have a shot from the outside of the box. I think Nico Gonzalez, who had a solid game, probably should have been taken off. Foden wasn't the best from him today. Maybe he's back down to last season settings because he's been hot and cold this season. Crushing for City because they needed a win to propel themselves and put pressure on Arsenal. But they couldn't get it. They sit third now, a point behind Chelsea, who I think they can easily overtake, but that's neither here nor there. Individual performances, Donnarumma I thought was very good today, very imposing as he's been for City. The City backline wasn't really the issue today. I think controlling the midfield, I think Bernardo Silva, Foden, and Nico Gonzalez were like decent with a below average performance from Foden, but just not good enough. I think maybe Reinders starting, I don't know if he was 100% fit, would have been more ideal. I didn't think Cherky had a huge impact, but I still thought he could produce a moment. Doku I thought was dangerous. Holland, outside of the first half, really provided nothing. On the Newcastle side, their entire back line I thought was phenomenal today. Unfortunate, Lewis Hall came off with an injury, probably just a cramping, Don't want to risk your only fit left back at the moment. Dan Burns fit, but he just was suspended for the game. But Livermento, very, very good. Chaw and Shar, I probably would have made Chaw my I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I probably would have made him my man of the match, honestly. I thought he was so good today. So good dealing with Holland, dealing with anything that came in front of him. The midfield, this is one of the best midfields in the world, not just in the Premier League. This is one of the best midfields in the world. Very, very good, very physical, very chippy. How all of these players in the midfield did not get booked is insane to me. Only Joe Linton in the 94th minute got booked. Crazy. This referee was very lenient, to say the least. Jacob Murphy is passing today. Not a player that is like looked at as like one of the upper echelon players, and I still wouldn't say he is that. I think he's a great squad player for a team like Newcastle, or even a team that maybe wants to start challenging for the top end because of his great passing ability, his great on the ball ability to hold up play, to find the right pass, to put in a ball from deep. I thought he was very good. Voltamato was dangerous, didn't get a goal today, had a bundle of opportunities, but just very good stops from Donnarumma to keep him out. But he still was extremely annoying for that City back line to deal with. His size, his heading ability is so hard to deal with. Harvey Barnes with the double is going to get man of the match because he scored a double, and I think rightfully so, even though I probably think a defender should get it over him. But because of the opportunities he missed in the first half, but still very, very good for him today. For Newcastle, this is a huge win to propel them up the table. They started the season very poorly. They're still in 14th, but only 5 points off of the top four. 4 points off of a European place. Arguably 3. If an 8th place team ends up getting, if it's 5 for the Champions League, whatever. Oh, no, wait, never mind. No, I'm tripping. He's 4 points off of European place. As for City, this is a tough game that you would have taken a draw out of, but losing is a poor result. It's poor for the team's momentum. I mean, they have leads next. Should be a win. Holland, if you're a betting man, I'd probably put the house on him to get a fucking hat-trick in this game because they need to bounce back. But it's still the little inconsistencies with City. They're still dangerous to go on a run. March, April, even February, to start on and go on a 10-game, 15-game run of wins in the Premier League. Never a team you can count out. But this is huge pressure now on Arsenal to get a win at Spurs. Yes, it would have been way more pressure if City got the win. They're only a point behind you. But now you need to take advantage of the opportunity being given. You win tomorrow, you go minimum 2 ahead of them on goal difference and 7 points ahead of them. 6 points ahead of Chelsea, who are another team that really lack consistency, but a team you play next week and you can put distance on directly. So, very good game to watch. Very happy with the result that Newcastle got today. And Liverpool lose, City lose. The teams that dominate the ball, dominate the shots. Liverpool kind of dominated the opportunities in their game, but doesn't show you in this, especially in this league, especially this year. It does not always win you the game. You gotta have a little Jose Mourinho in you if you want to get ahead in this league. It's chippy, it's close. There's a lot of good teams. Palace is overperforming this year. Sunderland, despite losing today, still a solid team. Maybe they go on a run and slip down. Brighton, always a solid team. Bournemouth, despite only getting a draw today, still a very dangerous team. Next thing you know, the Villas and the Uniteds and maybe even a Spurs start finding some form and they move up the table and they put pressure on you, and it's going to be very close. It's hard to predict this league. But if Arsenal could put some distance on people, I feel really confident that this team, that next week is really going to define it for me. If we can get a win from Spurs, and now, I was going to say before this weekend, you got to get a win in both games against Spurs and Chelsea. But you could kind of afford a draw. In the Chelsea game, in one of the games, maybe, but you need to, I think winning both of them sets the tone for this title race, for this league, where you want to solidify yourself in the league. You also have a tough game against Bayern Munich midweek, a game that I want to win, but with Gabriel out and some players only just coming back from injury, it might be a game that we have to say, hey, we got to rotate a couple people. We got to make, even if it makes the squad a little bit weaker, even if we can't get a result against the most informed team in the world right now, it's not the end of the world. We can still finish top 8 in the Champions League. Still have to play the Kairat, I think is their name, the Kazakhstan team. Luckily, we don't have to travel there. Still play Club Rouge, who away, as we saw, Barcelona is a tough game, and away at Inter Milan. So not an easy run of fixtures in the Champions League, not an easy run of fixtures in the Premier League. But this is the time where you gotta put distance on people. You gotta. So yeah, big result today for the Premier League. Great game, great day of results. No more games on today. Tomorrow, North London Derby. I will be there. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my last video that I just posted if you didn't. Check out the next one tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Peace.